Hi, I'm Harry Rao, founder and CEO of TestGrid. Welcome to 5 Minutes Mentorship.
Today, we have Joe Alapat. Joe, welcome to our 5 Minute Mentorship.
Hi there, Harry.
He's a serial entrepreneur and he completely bootstrapped with his other founders. I can't wait to dive deep, Joe.
Awesome. It's great to be here.
So, Joe, my first question would be, you went from running a tech at an MSP to launching Liongard from scratch. What made you believe, is this the right path? Is this worth solving the problem? Is there product market fit?
In retrospect, something I definitely talk to leaders of businesses about this concept of loving the problem. And when you love the problem so dearly, you know it at a visceral level. And that doesn't make you necessarily an expert at it, because there's always room for getting more perspective. We never had enough of the right expert resources, but everybody on the team wanted to do right by the customer. But sometimes we didn't have the answers. Vincent and I were like, we should go figure out a solution for this.
You always talk about automating the unautomated, right? What do you mean by it? But early stage startups don't have teams or tooling. Yeah. It's all chaotic. Where should a new founder start thinking about automation?
What you do is you go to the non-sexiest part of your life. You find the most mundane thing that happens every day that causes you context switching. And that's the thing you need to solve, right? If you are able to solve that mundane thing that's happening constantly, what happens is it gives you scale. Right? Because you're pushing that aside. You've either automated it, delegated it. It's not affecting your ability to go execute. And it's usually not the most obvious thing that everyone's chasing. Go deeper.
The next one, Joe, what helped you stay focused on specific niche, and how did you know that it was big enough to scale?
Sam SOM, and you have to know it so well. And within the SOM exists your ICP. Right. And that's today's ICP, not the future ICP. It's so important. There's such good books around this, such as Crossing the Chasm, that talks about the beachhead market, right? That who is that group of people that goes to the same events, reads the same material, that talk to each other, that have this problem more so than anything else that you're solving. And that's your ICP, right? And once you discover that and have your perspective, I refer to creating a market map. Your perspective on the market, where you can provide the greatest value.
What's that one mistake you made, trying to sell early? Did you pivot? Did you course correct? What was it?
No, it's honestly, I overbuilt the original solution. I used so much of my funds. And this is what I tell most founders, is be careful. The money in your savings or the money you raise, it's just fuel. The only reason it's there for your business, if you've allocated it for the business, is that it's there to create some type of value. And you got to put that in the gas tank. And now you've got to build this amazing engine and take that vehicle off to that next milestone, right? That's what we have to think about when we're raising money. I was living in the vision. And there's a big difference between the vision and what the roadmap has in store. I was building this platform before just solving the smallest problem. And the reality is I've started to realize, wow, if I had just solved the smallest problem really well, then I might have actually had even faster progress than we've had. And it's interesting. Less is more, and really focus on how we're affecting the value chain, right? I don't think about supply chains, I think about value chains, and the most fundamental things are the most meaningful.
Startups, Joe, full of pressure. So what do you think when self-doubt creeps in?
I would say one thing that's very important for founders, leaders of high growth businesses, is that you have to be able to continuously talk about the problems you're facing, the vision, talking through the problem, and it has to exit the mouth. It's a technique I learned from JR, one of my investors, and he's like, Joe, just ask questions. Don't try to sell, don't try to push. And then the brain starts cycling faster and faster. it's like therapy.
You started Liongard with your fourth grade buddy. So what's something about the partnership that kept you? The co-founder dynamics are very important. How did you guys work?
I worked on school projects with him in fourth grade to working on our previous business, that we were running, before, to now co-founding Liongard. There's a book called Traction, and it talks about this concept of visionaries and integrators. You've got Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and what happens is that pairing is a yin and yang. And when you can find someone that is complementary to you, that you can have an argument with, just endlessly and yell at each other, and afterwards everything's fine, but you're making each other better. Because what happens is he has a way of leveling things up for me.
That's a great combination, Joe.
It's so frustrating and so delightful.
I love it, Joe. I love it. Joe, this is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe.